Hi, folks. How are you? My name is Amanda with Simply Flamazing Art, the creative Course Collab. I'm a curator for the Creative Curiosities Paper Notions Pack and a proud member of the Crafty Bunch. In general, I love to teach art. I love to share my love of art with you. And that's what all of this is about. And it is 20 minutes of paint with me today. And so what is that? It's based on the 100-hour rule, which states if you do something for 18 minutes a day for 100 hours, you will be 95% better than anyone in your field. And so we are currently on day 52. Wow, 52 days of this. Anyway, I'm gonna have to add up how many minutes that is at 20 minutes a day. We're doing pretty good into our 100-hour rule. And so we paint for 20 minutes because it's easy. And my thing is, if we do it Monday through Friday, 20 minutes a day, when we reach that 100-hour rule, we'll be 95% better than when we started. And so not necessarily anybody in our field, but where we are, and that's all that matters. And so I inspire you to pick up a paintbrush, pick up some paint, grab something to paint on, and come paint with me for 20 minutes. And so 20 minutes a day, it's not bad. Anyway, we finished yesterday with this. We finished our little piece yesterday. I break these down step by step, guys. Anyone can paint this. Come along with me. I break down. We start at the base and we do the whole thing in 20-minute segments. So you can do this too. And so we finished this yesterday and we actually started on our next piece, which is a mushroom. And so we're actually combining these two mushrooms into one. And we actually started it yesterday during our 20 minutes with getting a mossy background in there and getting our initial mushroom sketched on, what we're going to put in the background, etc. We can figure that out. But we're going to go ahead and I'm going to turn us down and I'm going to get us started. So I hope y'all are having a great Thursday. If you're here watching live with me, I am faux live. And so, but still hang out with me and paint this with me. And I will be in the comments. I have to be at the office today, so I'm not actually really live with you. This is a pre-recorded, but I did promise that I would always tell you that. So I'm telling you that. All right. I'm going to just grab some cream white because I don't want white. And I actually might even want to grab some true cream because this seems a little bit light to me, but maybe not. We might use a little combination of these two colors. And then I definitely want some brown happening. And then I'm going to get a little bit of red going too. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn us down. Turn the, do I want red lipstick red or do I want red? Let's do red. Red's a little more on that orangey side, whereas the lipstick red is a little more on that bluey side. So, or I should say red is a little more on the yellow side, whereas the lipstick is a little more on the blue side. So like a warm and a cool red. All right. And let's just see what we got going here. All right, let's go ahead and do our base. So I'm going to use a little bit of those two creams, the white cream and the cream. I use the Pentart Creamy Acrylics. I love these on paper. I absolutely love these on paper. And we're just going to paint we're just looking for a base coat at this point. We're not even looking, we're looking for structure and base coat. That's all we are looking for. Is structure and base coat. And so we just want paint on paper. That's all we care about. Make sure we got like a happy little mushroom coming in there. He's got a wide stem on him. I like this mushroom for that. Nice wide. Yeah, my yard is growing mushrooms like there is no tomorrow. I'm actually a little concerned for my little boy going out in it. To be quite honest with you, I've been like out there searching for them and picking them as they come up. And today was like, because it's rained nonstop basically for 10 days here. And today was like, wow, there's a ton of them in the yard. One, I don't want him eating them, but two, I had one of my border collies. He actually got a fungal infection in his nose, basically mushrooms growing in his nose from the dampness. And we had a really wet summer one year, and he got this fungal infection. And he's not the, I mean, it's not something I'd ever heard of before, but once I researched it, it's pretty common, especially if you live in really damp environments like Seattle, all like that. It's kind of a common thing, and I had no idea. But he had to have surgery and to remove it, and it was, well, I mean, it really wasn't, well, it was and wasn't. They didn't like they had to open him up, but they did shave his head because they thought they were going to have to put a hole in. They thought they were going to have to go through his head. But anyway, they didn't. Thank God. Last minute, they were able to get the scope where it needed to be. But I just don't want Kai to have to go through that. So it makes me very gun shy to let him go out in the yard. But of course, you have to let him go out in the yard. They kind of have to do their business. So I just have to be diligent about getting those up when I see them. But it does make me a little nervous. I love mushrooms. I think they're cute, but I don't want them in my yard. All right, so we're getting a little bit of, just a little bit of that base in. I'm liking that so far. You don't want it to be all one color. You want it to be varied, and you want it to be kind of like got a little texture to it. You know what I'm saying? So don't take it all away. We want a little, like, you want to be able to kind of see where these little, like, almost like little ruffles, it looks like, are coming down. Okay, I'm loving that. Oh, I love that. So tell me, you got any fun plans this weekend coming up? I have fun plans on Sunday. Sunday, my church is having the picnic on the parkway. So that'll be like super duper fun. And I have to get all the stuff for it this week. It's just basically hot dogs, and then people bring, a dish. I got to figure out what I'm bringing. And oh, that reminds me, I was supposed to have done something for Tuesday, and I forgot all about it. I went to work on Tuesday, forgot all about it. I tell you, trying to keep up with what I have going on. Oh, well, hopefully. We had a member of our church pass away. We actually had 2 members of our church pass away, which is really sad. One member was expected. She was she was elderly. She was well in her 90s, and she was like on hospice. And like we kind of were expecting that because she was unfortunately end of life. But then we had another member who passed away. He was elderly, but he was like doing so well. But unfortunately, it was kind of tragic. His house caught on fire and he did not make it out. And so it was during the middle of the night, really morning hours, and he passed away, which is really sad. He will be greatly missed. She will be greatly missed too, because but now I don't really she'd been homebound for a long time and hadn't been to church much. And so I remember her, but it's been a long time. And so I didn't know her as well as I knew him. He was such a sweet guy. He had just turned 95 2 weeks prior. And he was so sweet. He will be surely missed. All right, we got our underside of our mushroom. And now we're going to get our mushroom cap on. And I just kind of like drew this like arch. I don't know if I'm going to stick to it or what we're going to do yet. But I'm going to grab some of that brown and I'm going to mix that brown in with this red, because I don't want it to be quite that vibrant. And so we're going to go with this color, and then we can lighten it or darken it. I'm going to just see what makes sense here. But oh, I like that. I like that. I think that's a good like representation of this. And so we're going to go ahead and just paint this in. Oh yeah, I like it when a plan comes together. Oh, pretty. We're just going to go with this, the whole thing, and then we can lighten where we want to lighten. But I really love this base color. I think that's going to be such a pretty mushroom. Yeah, I'm liking that a lot. Okay. And so to lighten it, I'm going to use a little bit of that white. I'm still got all that paint in my brush, but I want to come in and I want to figure out where I want it to be a little bit lighter while this paint is still relatively damp. So paint dries fast on paper. So if you're working on paper, you've got to kind of do this step a little bit quick, but you can add a little of that. I use the white cream, and we're just lightening where we want it to be a little bit lighter here. We don't have to be like, you can be quick about it. You don't have to like think too hard on this. We're just coming in and we're coming almost to that edge, not quite to the edge. We're going to leave a little bit of that darkness on that edge, but we just want to brighten that part a little bit more. And I'm going to brighten a few little spots down here. Remember, light pulls forward, dark pushes back. So this just helps us like with their little curvatures of our mushroom. Again, I'm going to put a little light over there on that edge. We want it to look rounded. So we want darker and then lighter at some point in the center area here. It's going to become our light area. And then we're going to go back to that dark. I'm going to just wash out my brush because I don't want that white in my brush at this point. And I'm going to go back to my darker. And I'm going to make it a little bit darker just by incorporating a little more of that brown. And I'm going to come in on this side. And we're going to darken up this side. I'll put a little bit at this bottom. Just a little bit. Because it's rounding both directions, you know. Kind of like a pumpkin. Think about it like a pumpkin. So we want just a little teeny bit at the bottom there. Just a little teeny bit. We don't want to interrupt with our light, but we want to just a little bit, kind of like just coming up underneath almost. And then a little bit of that darkness over here. Just a little bit. A little bit up here on that top. Now we're starting to see it look a little bit rounded. Bring a little of that darkness down. Cover up some of that lightness that we put in there. Darken it a little bit more. This is the thing. You just play back and forth. Where you might have gotten the lightness a little too thick or in the wrong spot. You just can take it away and add it back and play with it as desired. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Now that this part is dried, we're going to come down and we're going to add a little more darkness to this part. We want to scratch in some dirt. I'm going to ground our Ooh, I'm loving it. Okay. Yeah. If you see me looking up, it's because I can see in the mirror. I mean, I can see in my computer like straight on. And a lot of times I paint that way. And so if you're like, you're like having an issue with like, you're looking at it, hold it up like this so you can see it straight on, or take a picture of it and look at the picture. And then that will actually really aid you. Okay, well, that's 20 minutes. I think we're at a really great stopping point for today. Tomorrow we'll come in and we'll add in some yellows. We'll add in a little more color. We'll figure out what's happening here in this background, and we'll add more to our mushroom. So thank you for hanging out with me today during my faux live. If you didn't know us, fellows, you didn't know. And so anyway, I thank you so much for hanging out with me. I'll be live tomorrow with you all, and we'll come back and we will start again on our mushroom here. And so again, my name is Amanda with Simply Flamazing Art, the Creative Course Collab, a curator for the Creative Curiosities Paper and Notions Pack, and a proud member of the Crafty Bunch. And so I am so happy to share my love of art with you. I hope you come along with me and enjoy learning how to paint, improving your painting skills, whatever it is, because this is 20 minutes of paint with you, which is based off the hour of 100, which states if you do something for 18 minutes a day, you'll be 95% better than anyone in your field. I say if you do something for 20 minutes a day, Monday through Friday, you'll be 95% better than when you started. So come on, grab your paints, grab something to paint on. Guys, this is nothing more than copy paper. Yes, it is pretty vintage ephemera printed on what is no more than a copy paper. And so you can grab you some paper and you can paint and have an awesome time with me. And I would love to see yours. If you are painting with me, please share your pieces and post the pictures of them. Y'all have a great rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow for Friday. And we will continue on painting our mushroom. Bye.